CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Happy Cafefe Day on Friday. Hey, Shauna, good to see you. Sally, good to see you. My two guys, Robert, good to see you. Hey, Robin and Hugh, good morning. How are you? Raining Greg, Gregel? How are you? How is everybody? A lot to talk about today. A ton to talk about. Hey, Marlene, good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for retweeting this and inviting your followers. Thank you so much. Bon Mom, good to see you. Ruth, good to see you. How is everybody? Thank you for sharing and retweeting. Really appreciate it. Get everybody in here. We can get started. Poor connection. You may want to go out and come back in. I am happy and full of joy. It beats the alternative, right? Hola. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Hugh. It's my LA Kings shirt. Jahid, it's your first day on Periscope. Everybody, welcome. Jahid, hey, Michael. Michelle, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, raining. Perrycast is fine. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know that. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody is doing extremely well today. Hey, Audrey, good morning. How are you? Happy vibes to all. Michelle said. Yes, Michelle, it's good to see you again. How's everything going in Canada? Hey, Nanette, on a road trip. Wow, nice. No rain. Great, Shauna. Hey, Rhonda, good to see you. Thanks for the flowers, Robert. You're so nice. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. Hey, Lisa, thanks for retweeting, everybody. Thank you. Good morning, everybody on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Periscope. Everybody. Trudeau is a traitor. Yes, Michelle, you got some people over on YouTube who would agree with you. They're from Canada. Hi from California as well. My two guys, I'm in California as well. Blue state. But we try our best. Hey, Robin, rain and flooding in Kentucky this morning, Robin said. That's not good. Hey, Paula, thank you for retweeting. Thank you. Hey, Bob. Yeah, McCain is disappointing. Hey, Ellen, Rhea, good to see you. Hi from Houston. Hey. Hey, April, good to see you. Trudeau wanting government to buy hotels for migrants was dissed by his people. Good. Good. Thank you, everybody. Taking your grocery shopping for soup fixings. Okay, I'll help you pick something out on the aisle. Just ask my opinion, and I'll give it to you if you want. Stop federal funding to Alaska. Yeah, well, that's I think that's what Murkowski was afraid of, but certainly didn't stop her. Just like in the WAE, McCain turned heel. You know, it was so sad last night because I don't know if you saw before the vote, we had McCain, his twin, Lindsey Graham, Heller, and some other congressperson come out and say, look, unless you can guarantee us that this isn't going to be the law and that we will take it to conference in the House, then we can't vote for this. So Paul Ryan came out later and said, look, this is just going to vote on whether or not we can take it to the House and have a conference on it. So everything should have been fine, right? Well, once again, the people of America and of Arizona, good morning, Asher, were lied to by John McCain. Hate to say it, but it's true. He went out and said, you know, if I can just get this guarantee, then I'm going to go ahead and vote for it. Now we know why they McCain really came back. Once a traitor, always a traitor. Yes, that's right, Rhonda. He came back to make a legacy for himself. It happened to be an Obama legacy, uh, but a legacy nonetheless. He is a progressive. He wants to join with the Democrats. Hey, Cully, thank you for inviting followers. Um, Come to Seattle. Yeah, Galactic Wizard. I don't know. Is it any better than California? Um, then everything makes sense. I know, Tillman. You have John McCain is a Democrat. And everybody, I don't know if you heard the audio, people were gasping when they heard him say the no vote because Vice President Pence was already there ready to cast that tiebreaker, but didn't get a chance to. Yeah, laughing it up with Schumer. Schumer and he are really tight. They love each other, and now Schumer is just as happy as he can be. Rand Paul was upset about the vote. He wants Obamacare repealed, Robin said. And so let me, as I said yesterday, thank you, Paula. Thank you. As I said yesterday, your GOP and your Democrats want you to have a single payer system. That's where this is going. That's why they can't repeal it. They can repeal it, but they won't repeal it. And so basically that's where we're going. That's where we're headed right now because of the fact that it didn't get repealed. We're still headed that way. You can thank John McCain for getting us to that point. Anything that the Democrats are going to do is going to mirror Obamacare. They're going to have so many taxes in there, so many mandates. It's going to be laughable. Now, can this all be stopped? Yes, it could. And I think it's time that President Trump stands up and says, you know what? You people couldn't come up with a plan. I'm going to come up with a plan, and I'm going to give it to you, and then you can see if you can vote on that plan or not. I want that. I really want him to do that. I think he could come up with a better plan than all the Congress working together. But I am not going to sit back and vote for something that is going to take us towards single payer. And that's exactly, we're continuing on down that road that if we had done the skinny repeal, really it was like one mandate was taken out. It really wasn't that much. We were still in line to be single payer. And it's not going to work. Thank you, Sally. It's disturbing to me. They probably, Dee, it's worth a shot because here's why, and I tell you this. If President Trump came up with something and he said, this is what, I think the American people want, and if the American people got behind him, and I'm talking about all of us, writing Congress, petitions, whatever we have to do, then basically I think the Congress would say, oh, wow, if I want to keep my job, then I had better go ahead and vote on this, what, President Trump wants. Now, I don't know if President Trump can do that or if he wants to, but we need something. Yeah, Robert, they just want to keep a single payer. That's why it's taking so long. That's why we can't get back to a system like we had before. Hey, Jamie. Good morning, Gary. How are you? Robin, Trump can come up with a plan. He can't make law. I mean, Obama did. But it's not legal to make law. So he can suggest, hey, Marianne, he can suggest something to Congress and they can vote on it. It doesn't mean they have to accept it, but at least they can vote on it. Now, the sad and scary part is that hey, Jerry, if they come up with something, mega mouth breeders are always around. Hey, Jonathan, good to see you. If they come up with something, the president just might sign it. So if the Democrats and Republicans work together and we don't like it, President Trump may still sign it. Hey, Zippy, good to see you. I know, Cully, 10,000 more ICE agents. Ice, ice, baby. Always a good thing. Hey, Amber, good to see you. Barbara, good to see you. Hope you're feeling better, Barbara. McCain really does need to go. McCain, I'm sorry, he needs to go home and retire. Hey, Renee, good to see you. And just, leave the business to others. But he's not going to do that. He's leaving a legacy here. And, whether we like it or not, that's what we have. And he's working with the Democrats on it, and he betrayed us last night. Yeah, he's not going to retire. He's not going to retire. Robin said she's totally frustrated. Robin, we are all that way. Yeah, and I don't know, Kelly Ward would be great in his place if and when he retires. But we'll see what she might do. Hey, Jane, 065, it's your first day on Periscope. Everybody welcome him. Definitely like Terrence says he needs to go to bed. uh, yeah, I know. God is taking care of McCain. Only way McCain will leave is, yes, Cully. This on the Dems as well. The die was cast when John was reelected. Absolutely, Tillman. They should never have reelected John McCain in Arizona. And it's very sad that because they did, this is what we're stuck with. Robin says McCain has been a traitor for years. Asher says repeal. I'm disgusted with these people. They want to take full control over our health care. That's right. That's right, Asher. And they're going to keep pushing that. Hey, Debbie, they're going to keep pushing that whole thing of single payer. We're going to get down to it. We're not going to be able to do anything except another Obamacare. And it's going to be, well, I guess we'll just have to go to single payer. And basically, if what happens that people who are depending on Obamacare, when that fails, they're going to understand that it failed and we needed something else. But I think it has to fail before they actually believe that, because they're believing the Democrat lie. Single payer is a death spiral. Absolutely. As I said yesterday, just ask the veterans if you want to know what single payer looks like. And California tried to do single payer, and thank God, literally, they decided to take it off the shelf right now because of the fact that you basically can't get federal funds. See, what California wanted to do is they wanted to pay everybody. They wanted illegals to have medical care and be under the single payer system. And they know, hey, Marie, hey, Ruth, good morning. They can't get funds for the illegal immigrants from the federal government under President Trump. So they said, you know what? It's not going to work. We're wasting our time here. Let's take it off the table. Single payer is still going to have a premium, and at 20% died, there's still a gripe. Oh, Marlene, they're telling us though that you won't have to pay anything. I mean, that you'll be paying. The government has everything. There's no deductible. There's no co-payment. You get everything paid for. And as always, they never tell you who's going to be paying for it. Yes, what is USA, the World Health Organization? Apparently, Jerry. Apparently. Somebody's going to always pay, and it's going to be the taxpayer. That's where the money is going to come from. They just concentrate on caring for their own, Hugh said. If they have single payer, I won't get the cancer treatment Robin said she needs for years to come. That's what gets me. I do trust God with my life. Well, Robin, they don't want you to have your cancer treatment. I mean, I hate to be so blunt. Barbara, we pay. But they don't want you to have that. If you're healthy and you're young and healthy, then that's fine. But if you have a medical problem, they would just as soon have you go. Yeah, no, not enough people. I think we were hoping that the Republicans were going to be able to pull off what they said they were going to do. I mean, it's very, it's disappointing to see them this way. And you have people that come out today like Paul Ryan. Oh, I'm really disappointed. No, you're not, Paul. You're really happy, and you're happy because this is exactly what you wanted. You wanted this. How can people afford these high deductibles? They can't. What if Trump wrote executive order? You can't, Rhonda, you're not supposed to do things like that. Hey, Brian, good morning. You're not supposed to, it's the Congress's job to create law. This would be creating law. So you're really not supposed to do that. Healthcare needs to go back and be like it was. I mean, basically everybody had health insurance. Premiums were pretty reasonable. We need to work on pre-existing conditions and for those who don't have insurance. And, sell insurance across state lines. That's really all we needed to do. It was fine the way it was before. Yeah, rewind 8 years. Exactly, Amber. Because we had a system that was working. Exactly, Robin. God decides your fate, not them. Yep. And really, I think that well, I don't know if he can do an executive order for that, Rhonda, but you were just taking the thoughts right out of my head. I think we should demand that Congress be immediately put on Obamacare, and that we, the people, need to speak out and say, look, we've had this for 8 years. You promised us this. And now, since you can't seem to do anything, let's put you on the same thing that we have. They would have to change something. And I don't know if that would take an act of Congress to change that or not. But let's look into it. Let's figure it out, and let's get them to do it. I'm tired of we the people being the minions of the government. No, I know, Sally. The elite are never going to allow that to happen. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Marianne. That press conference that Graham had, it was a joke. He even got to the point where he was kind of trying to be humorous and standing there asking himself a question or whatever. It was ridiculous. Yeah, self-righteous. It was ridiculous. It's like, you're wasting my time, Graham. We didn't hire you to be a comedian. I mean, you're ending up that way, but that's not what we hired. We wanted you to do your job. But at the end, I will have to say that he went along with it. He voted yes. And I'm wondering, and you have to go here because this is the way it usually is. I'm wondering if he and McCain set that up where everybody would think, oh, everybody's going to vote yes. And then Graham knew at the very end that McCain was going to vote no. He just kind of set it up for him. It's like, come on. I know, Robin. Karen said it's sad when our own government officials are working against us. Karen, I hate to tell you this, but they've been doing that for quite some time now. We have to get rid of the losers. Yep. We got to vote these people out. I mean, we seriously do. And again, if you know anybody in Wisconsin, Paul Nehlen, instead of Paul Ryan, get Ryan out of there. And it's going to be really hard to get Paul Ryan out of there. Paul Nehlen needs all of our support. He's not going to get the money that Paul Ryan is going to get. I know. Paul Nehlen is great. I had him on my show. Go listen to the shows that I had. Ryan is a dog. Yes. Just ask Paul Nehlen. He'll tell you. But we're going to have to support him. We're going to have to get the word out because they're not going to do it. And I'll tell you something. Carmen last night sent me a video of Kamala Harris. Wow. Let me tell you something. You need to go and watch that video. Because when you watch that video, I think you'll agree, which is what I mean, it was a nightmare, Robert. I wrote her back and I said, hey, thanks for the nightmares. She is a young Nancy Pelosi. It hit me clearly yesterday that she is. Hey, Renee, how are you? And you will, when you go and watch it, if you go and see it, it's on YouTube. She is a young Nancy Pelosi, and I'm sure that's why they love her so much. It will scare you. And she's not that up on things, and she's not that great at things. When you listen to it, I think you'll agree. But she's just like Nancy. She's the younger version of Nancy. Absolutely, term limits, yes. Did you post it? I haven't yet, Shauna. It's probably not going to be hard to find, but I'll put it there. Follow the money on this gal, and you'll find money. Oh, dirty money from Soros. Rhonda, as we've talked about for the last couple of weeks, she's being groomed in the Hamptons every weekend. At least she went to. They had a huge event with huge donors there for her. Yeah, it's going to look like Obamacare is going to fail. But see, Amber, now the problem is that the Democrats are going to say, well, let's work with the Republicans. And they will come up with something. And so Obamacare is not going to fail. Somebody needs to change the course of this right now. Yeah, Robin, when you go see the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I was like watching it with shock. Teach her how to be polite. They don't want her to be polite, Barbara. In fact, that's why she kind of changed her attitude and has become even more pushy, brash, whatever you want to call it. That is bad, Kenny. Yes. But that's what they want. Yeah, Robin, hopefully you can stomach it. Too much time has been wasted, Ruth said. Yeah, I mean, Ruth, this should have been a job that was done in the first week. We should have had a plan already put together. Hey, Trey, 7 years ago. And this should have been done and over with. We should be moving on to something even more important. This again, this fix on this is pretty simple. Go back to allowing insurance companies to sell insurance. Do something with the pre-existing. Make sure those people that don't have insurance and can't afford to get it can get insurance, and let's be done with it. It is simple. Repeal it. Move on. Yeah, and I don't know if Trump did say something about having a plan. So again, I don't know if he's sitting back waiting to see what these people are going to do or not. It is the job of Congress to do this. Your number one liberal fan says hi, and John McCain is a good man. Oh, come on, Doug. Tell Doug to go back to bed. He's wrong on that one. What can the people do besides just accepting this bunk? Paula, I really think it's going to take reaching out to the president and the people in the White House. Congress is not listening to us at all. I'm not even sure the White House is going to listen to us, but it sure isn't going to be Congress. They are going and doing full speed ahead exactly what they want. McCain is a war hero, but that doesn't have anything to do with him being a good senator. Just ask Nancy Pelosi. She'll tell you. Not with John, but, whatever. Yeah. I mean, you can be good at one thing and not good at another. That stabbing was in Hamburg, and one man, it was in a supermarket, just happened about a half an hour ago. In a supermarket, one person was killed, the suspect was arrested, and several other people were injured. They're not saying yet whether or not it was terrorist related. I know, Yolanda, a lot of people don't think that John McCain was a war hero. We need him to keep the term limits promise. Yes, and in California, thank God we do. Tillman is talking again about Chicago. 5 people killed yesterday, no mention. Trump needs to push again, and I'll be writing the White House. I don't know if he will see it, but I'll do it. I really do think, Trog Nation, I really do think that the best thing to do at this point is writing the president, writing whoever you have to at the White House, because, again, I think he's the only one that has a possibility of listening to you and hearing you and knowing that you're not happy with what you're seeing and you want him to do something. You think Trump can get Congress to vote themselves out of office? Well, we can certainly try, can't we? Mrs. Second Amendment, how are you? I mean, something has to be done. Yes. Yeah, there's other information. So we'll move on a little bit. The House Judiciary Committee, Republicans, they want a special counsel appointed. They are now reaching out. They've written a letter to Sessions and Rosenstein saying you need to appoint a special counsel for... Thank you, Second Amendment. Yes, my day is great. Glad yours is too. They need a special counsel to investigate Comey and Lynch and everything connected to Hillary and the emails. Even though Hillary's going and writing a new book and she's going to do a tell-all, she's going to let you know her true feelings this time. Another book that's not going to do well. Another book that already has the title of somebody that wrote a book and used to work for George Bush. So we're really getting off on a good start for her. Republican Party all drank the Kool-Aid. I don't think they drank the Kool-Aid, and I don't think they knew who Congress was. They were hoping the president would do what he needed to do. Hey, Joseph. Yeah, I know, Yolanda. That's what a lot of people say. And, I don't know all of the history of McCain. I'll just take people's word for it. There's a discrepancy in how people feel. Yeah. Who buys her books? I don't know, Robert. I guess those people who, quote unquote, voted for her. He was almost tried for treason, Yolanda said, in regards to McCain. Hillary is yesterday's women. Get over it. Hillary's even talking about maybe she'll run again. Oh, God. Okay. So there you go. Who did I vote for? Who do you think, Kenny? Who did you vote for? Barbara let's see, Tell All Lies. Yeah, Tell All Lies by Hillary Clinton. And of course, Bill Clinton has a book coming out, and he's got people wanting to make a movie out of it. Not a con man. I didn't vote for a con man either. I voted for President Trump. So I mean, I can tell, Kenny, that you don't like President Trump. So yeah, I know. Always one in the crowd, and it's Friday too, and it's Covfefe Day. So you know. The House also approved $788 billion bill combining Pentagon budget, veterans programs, and $1.6 billion down payment on the border wall. So that was passed in the House yesterday. So that's a good start. It's almost Shabbat. Yep. Yeah, how to lie and cheat for dummies. Killery. Hashtag Killery. Oh, come on. All right. Well, Kenny, you listen. You have a nice weekend. Kenny had to leave, everybody, so tell Kenny bye. And I don't know if you're hearing this also, but the Obama-era officials, in specific, the ambassador, let's see, I think that's who it was, yes, the UN ambassador, Samantha Power. She made hundreds of unmasking requests during the final year of Obama. Yeah, bye, Kenny. So basically when that's being alleged, and I guess Nunez is the one. He's the House Intel co-chair who came out and said that. And so basically, when she asked for all this information, really just was given it without really having to say why. So hundreds of unmasking. Hundreds. That's a problem. And I guess Nunez wants to introduce a bill that says you can't do that type of thing in the past. I saw parts of Hannity last night. Yes, it basically, supposedly Scaramucci is going to be talking to President Trump today and revealing more of the leakers. President Trump is going to go to Long Island, and he's going to use gang violence to press for deportation. And so, yeah, the stabbing was in Hamburg, Germany, and it was in a supermarket. A man wielding a knife, and he stabbed one person to death. Others are injured. He's been arrested. That's all I know on it so far. So President Trump is going to go to Long Island and talk about the problems with the gangs there. So basically, he's working in conjunction with the Attorney General Sessions, who is in El Salvador, talking about M13 gangs and learning about what they're doing there. They're really shutting them down there. So he wants to bring that back. Yeah, I know, exactly. Carry a Glock in Germany. Yeah. And so there's been 17 murders in Long Island tied to gangs since January 2016. Hey, Laverne, how are you? So serious issues, yes, in Long Island with gangs. And again, you know, as you heard yesterday, they're pushing that the sanctuary cities are going to not receive any federal funds, and that was done by Attorney General Sessions. I know in California, they're really going to target San Francisco, and they really need to. And San Francisco is where Kate Steinle, as you recall, was allegedly killed by an illegal immigrant. And I really love the press conference yesterday. The man who works with the DOJ, who stood up before Sarah Huckabee Sanders started talking. He was talking about how bad the gangs are, and how much the MS-13 loves sanctuary cities, and the illegal immigrants love sanctuary cities. And he talked about, you know, that being here was, you know, you're here illegally, you've already broken the law. And so immediately, you know, of course, the media has to go in and say, well, what about those poor people who are afraid, who are here and they want to talk to you, but they can't. Absolutely anything they could to get off the subject, to see that there's a real problem with MS-13 gangs. And if you live on the border, like we in San Diego, you know there's a problem. People are the motto, and he was talking about that yesterday, and I won't get all of it, but it's, to rape, to kill, and to something else. I mean, these people are serious, and they kill people in Mexico all of the time. And they come here with their drugs and everything else. There's a serious problem. Trey said Trump needs to intervene and stop the kangaroo court in Nevada run by Judge Gloria Navarro, a.k.a. Harry Reid's puppet. Ugh. Good morning, Don. How are you? So, it was good to hear that Sessions is really serious about this, that he's already getting out and working. Tillman said U.S. gangs more dangerous than ICE has been saying it for years. Well, it's true, Tillman. I mean, at least for us they are, because they're killing more people in the United States than are ISIS at the moment. And hopefully ISIS won't ever be able to do that. Well, Trump doesn't have any financial misdeeds, and that's not why Mueller was appointed. So hopefully Mueller can go bye-bye soon. Somebody needs to limit what Mueller is looking at. He was brought in place, he was appointed to look at Russia. He wasn't brought in to look at, Santa Claus and anybody else. Yeah, not safe for ranchers, absolutely. Well, I don't know, Bonmont, if they can get rid of him. But they certainly need to. I mean, Rosenstein can get rid of him. I don't know that he will. Yeah, parameters. Exactly. Take that, America. Do what you say that you're appointed to do. He needs to stay in his lane. They need to, they need to get, they probably need to get Rosenstein out of there. Hey, Beck, good to see you. And that way the next person in line can get rid of Mueller. Good morning, Monique. How are you? So, DOJ needs to manage him, but will anybody do it? Only, really, the only thing that I can find in the law, and I know other people may disagree, but the person who appointed him, which is Rosenstein, is the only one who can get rid of him. Please look into the Bundy Ranch trial. Yeah. No, I know about Bundy Ranch, Trey. It's been an amazing thing to watch. I'm near one of the major drug running arteries for Mexico, always finding people dead. Yes. Dead, decapitated, raped. I mean, it is horrendous. Beck, I think you may need to go out and come back in. Everybody else seems to be going. It's not frozen. The blatant unaddressed corruption throughout our government is terrible, Lupa said. Thoughts on health care vote? Vicki, we kind of talked about in the very beginning. It's ridiculous. Russia is fighting back because now that, there are definitely going to be sanctions against Russia, Iran, and North Korea, which, as Sarah Huckabee Sanders said, the president is in favor of. He's not going to, it came out in that news, President Trump's not going to like that, and he's going to push back and blah, 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 and he's, no. He's kicking some U.S. diplomats out because of it. He wants the staff reduced to 455. And they have to be out by September the 17th. Yeah, Beck, they're going to try again, but thanks to John McCain, they're going to try it again with the Democrats. That's where John McCain wanted it to go, and that's where it's headed so far. I know Monique is disappointed by health care. Any chance of recovery? Doesn't look so good, Monique. Audit the Fed and provide Americans with term limits to restore integrity. Yes. Yep, absolutely. I mean, we've got to change the system and change what we're doing because it's not working. And if you guys could, we're kind of at the halfway point. If you would retweet this and invite your followers, I would really appreciate it. Everybody, please share this, if you will, on Facebook and YouTube. Pretty real that Trump and Pence and maybe a few cabinet members are only ones who care for us. Barbara, it's you hate to say it, but it's kind of looking that way. I mean, the obviously most in Congress don't have our backs at all. Hey, Frankie, good to see you. Bureau of Land Management needs to be overhauled. They are rogue, Asher said. Yep. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff. We have a lot of things that really need to be changed. Thank you, everybody, for sharing and retweeting. I appreciate it. And so we need to get this. We need to get it on the ball. Yeah, prayer is a powerful tool. Hope everybody is praying for the president and the administration. Yeah, let's see what the Democrats can do. I'll tell you what the Democrats can do, JJ. I know the Speaker of the House, you said that was Paul Ryan who said that. The Democrats are going to do exactly what Obamacare is. They're going to give you the exact same thing, put it in a nice little package, another pick and a poke, and tell you that, oh, no, this is so different and it's wonderful. It's an extension of Obamacare because Obamacare is so wonderful. The GOP is setting themselves up to lose seats. Yep, Robin, they really are. We do need God's intervention, Marianne. Have for a long, long time. Yes, Huey, prayers are the big guns, and we need that every single day because we're in serious trouble. And we've got to help this president. Always praying, Robin said. Yep. Because, you know, the left has just totally shut us down in a lot of respects. Things that we could be doing. President Trump is making great strides, but there's things that we could be doing. ICE raids in Memphis have Latinos up in arms. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, don't be in the country illegally. What they have against full repeal, they already passed under Obama. Christian conservatives need to help and look out for each other. Yep, does he know we appreciate him? In 20 years, healthcare will be untouchable. Gary said U.S. government enacts Agenda 21 at Bundy Ranch. Yeah, Bundy Ranch is bad. And thanks to Harry Reid, bad. As you might suspect, there's been a comedian hired already to be Scaramucci. So on the, I guess the President show on some network. I don't watch it, so I don't know anything about it. Just heard about it. Don said Indian Health Services was a good hearing. The Admiral was clueless and got tore apart. On Bundy Ranch, is that what you're talking about? So look for more people trying to be Scaramucci, and as time goes on. What did everybody think about what happened yesterday with Scaramucci and what came out after he spoke with the New Yorker reporter? Were you okay with that, or where do you stand on that? What are your feelings on that? North Korea fired another one. Not surprised. He needs to go, Jamie says. Anybody else on your thoughts on Nasty Mouth? Yeah, I don't like the language, but overall, I don't care. Shows his frustration. I said he will screw up, and he did. Jamie said, why haven't Trump jumped on Lindsey Graham? Probably hasn't given the chance yet. Lord have mercy. Yeah. You know, he could say some same thing. Here's what I don't like. I hear a lot of people saying, well, you know, he's from New York and that's how they act. I'm sorry. You're in a role as the director of the White House communications. So, and I realize you were on the phone talking to somebody. It wasn't official, out in front of the cameras. But you have to be a professional 24/7 when you work in the White House. So, yeah, here's number one. If I would tell Scaramucci anything, one, stop cussing and acting, talking like that. It was very unprofessional. There are people who are voters in America that will not like it, and they won't vote for different things because they don't like it. You may think it's okay, but they're not going to think it's okay, and they're not going to like it. Number two, stop being on the phone talking to reporters. This is what you get for talking to a stinking reporter. And he didn't say, supposedly, that it was off record, but don't even talk to these people, because you can't trust them. And so, also what I didn't like, honestly, I didn't like the fact that he was leaking information about Bannon, how he feels about Bannon, and how he feels about Priebus. That shouldn't be out in the public eye. It really shouldn't. We shouldn't know that there's a conflict in the White House like that. All we should know is what the White House is doing to resolve our problems. That's why they're there for. If they're having a conflict, work it out. Get over it. Move on and just do your job. And frankly, I don't care if you hate each other. You're working for the American people. So hate each other all you want, but you'd better work together and you'd better get the job done. Now, Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out afterwards and said, well, he's very enthusiastic and he doesn't like to see things happening to the White House and the president. I get all that, but please. And he even said that he's going to watch his language. He's not going to do that again. Good, because you're going to hurt the president by doing it. No, it's not, Tillman, it's not about talking like Romney. You can talk tough, please, and talk tough, but watch your language. Don't talk about, I can't even say it on here because this goes out to different stations. I can't repeat what he said. It was so vile. You can't talk like that. Sorry, was raised around an officer and a gentleman, not allowed around women. Barbara, exactly. And also, again, there are people, young people seem to more talk like that today, and it's acceptable to them. But the people who are older, the people who are voting 35 and up, they don't like that talk. And it's going to hurt the president. I don't think he needs to go just yet, but hope he's learned a valuable lesson. It's not the first time I've heard this kind of language, but he is a representative of the White House, and there's a time and a place. That's right, Monique. No, Trump's not going to fire Sessions during the recess. And they're going to make sure, the Congress is going to make sure that that doesn't happen anyway. They fear that he will, and so they're putting people in place so that can't happen. I think the whole thing was part of a plan. I don't know, Asher. Cussing is a lack of vocabulary. Yes. Have to learn to keep your temper. That's right, Cully. Makes him sound like a street punk. Yes, Barbara. And maybe that will appeal to some people, but it's not going to appeal to the majority of people. And again, talk tough all you want. I like that. I want somebody who's going to go out there and get the job done. But when you start talking about people's anatomy and putting it in your mouth, no, that's not something you should be talking about to anybody. If you want to talk to your spouse or whatever about stuff like that, and or somebody in private, a friend, okay, but don't get on the phone talking to a reporter or do it in public ever. Spicer is vindicated. See, I think there's a whole lot going on in this the whole thing. I mean, obviously Priebus is not liked. He's not liked by Scaramucci. Priebus brought in Spicer. Now they got rid of Spicer, and it's been rumored that Donald Trump wants to bring in his own people. That kind of Priebus was an RNC holdover that he sort of had to bring in, and so was Spicer, and now they're gone. Don't like Pres DNC head cursing and giving Trump the finger either. Jerry, what the DNC does, I kind of expected from them. I really expect from them. It's classless. I don't expect that from the RNC or Republicans. The DNC, they think that's cool, and they're trying to get the millennial vote. And that's why they're cussing like whatever. It's disgusting. Ed Rollins said you keep the language behind closed doors in the White House. Yes. Hey, Catherine. Somebody was asking me what the stabbing was. It happened in Hamburg, Germany. A guy came in to a supermarket, stabbed somebody. He was arrested, and he injured other people. So I don't know any more than that. Well, it's like, let's Paula, that's right. You keep it professional. When I was practicing law and went in the courtroom and talked like that, or talked to another attorney like that on the phone about a case, my God, I would be hauled. Well, first of all, I'd be hauled out of the court if I used that language in court. And if I did that to other attorneys, my reputation would just go, oh my God, I can't even imagine doing something like that. Grandma said, if you're cussing, you ain't thinking. That's what Dawn said. Last night, Stephen Colbert said, F Trump. Everyone thought it was brilliant. I know, Asher. But we already know that Colbert has no class. Let's not act like Colbert, Pentagon, North Korea just launched another ballistic missile at Japan. Great. Monique said. Yeah, and I realized, again, he didn't do it in public. He did it to a reporter, said it with the reporter, thought he was having a private conversation, I guess. But you know what? Let's stop talking to the reporters. Okay, it was another pastor who was repeating. Oh, you're talking about another subject. Yeah. Well, and see, Shauna, they can bring that stuff up. Let's have character, not be one, Paula said. Yes, you'll get more, you'll get further. People will follow you and love the president. When you talk as a professional. Hey, Cindy Lou, good to see you. Sharon, if I didn't say hello to you, hello. Saw you come in. Yeah. So anyway, now trying to see some other things that. Oh gosh, I wrote an article at SusanKnowles.com. This is really rather sad. A deputy AG, Attorney General in San Diego, has been arrested and charged with having child pornography. This is a man that has a really good, background in what he's done, really respectable positions that he's done. And again, Attorney General's office in San Diego. And he lives in Coronado. If you know where Coronado is, it's a very, thank you, Barbara, for the super hearts. Coronado is a very exclusively rich neighborhood across the Coronado Bay Bridge. You've probably seen it in pictures. And so anyway, he's right now on house arrest. Not sure why he's not in jail and waiting or having to pay bond like everybody else. But yes, and he is G. Gordon Liddy's son. His name is Raymond Liddy. So he's in for a long haul probably. I was talking about the Deputy Attorney General in San Diego, Raymond Liddy, who is G. Gordon Liddy's son, has been arrested and charged with possessing child pornography. I don't think he's a Democrat. Frightening how much this goes on, I know. And I think he is 53 or something like that. Yeah. There's a big Navy base over there and everything, yes. Privilege. Well, I don't know. He's going to be in jail like everybody else. I mean, right, he's under house arrest. I mean, so if he committed a crime, he's going to be in jail. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Yeah, he's a deputy attorney general. We live in a sick world. I know, time for a reset. Yeah, who would have thought a deputy AG? But, again, those type of crimes, if he's guilty, they go across the gamut. Doctors, lawyers, everybody. Thank you, Frankie, you too. Then look at how nice Trump's kids turned out. I know, Barbara. Because they were raised well. So it matters a lot what the parents do and who the parents are. I mean, G. Gordon Liddy was disbarred and, helped with Watergate. So, doesn't mean the son's going to turn out bad. But, yeah. The First Lady, Melania Trump, is going to take her first solo trip outside of the country. She's going to lead the U.S. delegation to the annual Invictus Games to be held in Toronto in September. One kid, yeah. He'll wear an ankle bracelet, pay a fine, say I'm sorry. I don't know, Don. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. If they convict him, you're going to, he's probably going to have to register as a sex offender. Yeah, and the games which honor servicemen and women injured in combat, and it was started in 2014 by Prince Harry. So she's going to do an excellent job, Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, Shauna, she speaks, 6 languages? And one of them being French, yeah. So she will be as classy as always, do a great job as always. And let's see, some other people that are under investigation. An FBI General Counsel, James A. Baker, is under a Department of Justice criminal investigation for allegedly leaking classified national security information to the media. And this is according to multiple government sources or officials close to the probe. This comes as Department of Justice Attorney General Jeff Sessions said he would soon be making an announcement regarding the progress of leaked investigations. A DOJ official said the planned announcement by Sessions is part of the overall stepped-up efforts on leak investigation. So, and that announcement should be coming out, I think, next week. I don't know if this guy is related to James Baker or just that has the same name. Didn't say anything about him being related. Baker, though, is a close confidant of former FBI Director James Comey. Now, I'm sure that surprises the heck out of you. I know, Robin, she will be so much better than the previous First Lady. Always has been. Supposed to be today, I thought. They keep changing it, and as far as I know, Sessions is on his way to El Salvador. So I don't know if they'd be making an announcement without him being there, but, maybe. Recent media reports suggest that Baker was reportedly advising Comey on legal matters following his private meeting that he had in February with President Trump in the Oval Office. Somebody saying something about the shirt. That's a LA Kings symbol, if anybody's wanting to know what that is. It is a hockey team. Yeah, advising Comey, Ruth, is what he's saying. Maybe he has a law degree as well. El Salvador, Robert, Sessions went there to learn more about the MS-13 gangs. He was hired by Hillary. He said, your boyfriend speaks 8 languages? Is that when he's angry or not, Jennifer? Like Sessions and he got a blue pill or something. Barbara, I don't know if that's really... Yeah, India, it's the LA Kings. If you go to their website, you'll probably see it. This is an older LA Kings shirt. It's a crown for king, the Kings. I think Sessions is one of those guys that kind of works quietly. I really do. He's not. Yeah, LA Kings is black and gray now, India, but they had this logo before. They've changed their logos. Julia, thank you so much for the super hearts. You speak 2 languages too, Robin. Your Kings are so much better than our Sharks. I know, Asher. I know. My husband loves the LA Kings. What's with that big microphone? I don't know, Farmer. What do you think it is? We got somebody coming back and asking about microphones again. This is going to be interesting. So anyway, I think that Sessions just happens to be a quieter individual. He is doing his job. He's doing the job in El Salvador. He's upped everything with sanctuary cities. So I think he's doing a lot, but we'll see. We'll see. And I think right now, and other people are saying this, if they get rid of him now, it's going to be a disaster. So you can bite you. I know, Barbara. Quiet Southern gentleman. Yes, Marlene, he is. And he's always been the same way. He is definitely appearing to be low-key. I don't know if he works like that, if he works low-key. He seems to be, like I said, he's taken several trips already. I think he went to the border and everything else. So that leads me to believe that he's been working on the gang problems, the sanctuary cities, and everything from the beginning. We just don't hear a lot of it. Sessions is doing the Trump administration a disservice. Well, India, that's what some people think, and some people think he's great. So it's split right down the middle. Monique said, I love Sessions and do agree that he likes working behind the scenes. And again, he's not one of those people like Lynch and Holder. And thank you, Huey. Large Mike for large intellect. Thank you. He's never, you don't want a Holder and Lynch. Those people, they may have been out in front of the microphone, but look at the damage they were doing. Don said, we moved a lot in the military. I love Sessions, two very honest man. 2 very honest men. Yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't know where the period was in that sentence. Yeah, he seems to be a very ethical and honest man. And as I said, there are people who very much support the fact that he ethically needed to recuse himself, that he did the right thing. Judge Napolitano and Rudy Giuliani both are 2 people that come to mind that said he did the right thing in recusing himself. I think it would have bitten him in the behind somewhere down the line had he not done it, because every move he made would have been, oh, well, you're doing it as a cover-up. So he would never have gotten away from that. Dot said, let's see. I read representatives of Congress are investigating Mueller and Obama administration. Yeah, Catherine, they've asked, the House Intel has asked for Sessions and Rosenstein to appoint a special counsel. So I think we need to have that. We need to have a special counsel. Now, if Rosenstein doesn't do it, I really want to know why. Oh, Lindsey Graham should not be Sessions' replacement. Lindsey Graham should be replaced, in my opinion. That guy is as much a traitor as everybody else last night who couldn't get their job done. He truly had no alternative. Trump doesn't see that. Yeah, or at least that's what we're led to believe. Border, I need a taco joke. Jennifer said. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yolanda said. Yeah, we'll see what happens, because again, we can't believe everything that we hear in the news. We just can't. Now, I want to tell you something that I heard in the news that really I don't know if it's going to be talked about. Lindsay loves the camera. Yes, Marlene. Yesterday he was just beside himself. He was almost giddy. There's a new controversy that's coming up about Steve Bannon. I don't know if it's true, but it doesn't have to do with Scaramucci, but it's something totally different. The White House is referring questions for senior presidential advisor Stephen Bannon to an outside public relations agent whose firm says she is working for free. So that can, in and of itself, present a problem. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. That basically is having somebody outside of the White House answer questions for him, being his sort of PR person, and working for him for free. And her name is Alexandra Preet, or however you want to say it, Preate. 46-year-old New Yorker and veteran Republican media strategist. She says that she is Bannon's personal spokesperson. She also collaborates with other White House officials on public messaging and responses to press inquiries. And it was Preet who responded when somebody recently asked the White House questions about Bannon. So what they're saying is, and I don't really know this law too much, or this act, but he's potentially violating the Anti-Deficiency Act, which provides that federal employees may not accept voluntary services for government or employ personal services exceeding that authorized by law. So again, I don't know if any of this is true. I did see it. I wanted to bring it to your attention so that you can keep an eye on it and see if there's anything to it. You know they don't like Steve Bannon anyway. Preate. Not Baraha Preet, but it's Preate, not Preet. Yeah. So I don't know why necessarily he would need some, like a PR person to answer his questions, why it's not somebody inside the White House. He does have Julia Hahn, I believe is her name, or Julie Hahn, Hahn, who used to work for Breitbart. She has, according to what I read, that she is working with him now. And there were also some concerns that he hasn't sold everything that he needed to. He still has some type of connection with Breitbart. Again, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying this is coming up, something you need to be watching out for, because it's going to be talking points against him. Who knows? I have no idea. I don't even know. Again, I don't even know if it's true. It was brought out by Time, Time.com. Time, like Great Scott. I know. I haven't seen Nancy's new picture. Will this investigation lead to money laundering charges? With whom? The Clintons? I hope so. I wonder how Trump family holding up. Do they want another 4 years of this? I don't think, JJ, I really think that's going to be his decision. I really do. I mean, I think he'll talk to his family, but I think he knows that he needs to do all that he can to save America, And that's why he took the job in the first place. I mean, nobody needed to. He didn't need to take this job. He certainly didn't do it for the money. I haven't seen Nancy's new picture. Where are you, Nancy, so I can see your new picture? There she is. Wow, I don't even know. I can't even see that. Well, I'll have to go back and look at it. He did it for the ego, not the money. No, he didn't do it for the ego. It's the shoes only. Okay. No, I don't believe he's the savior of America. The only one that's going to really save America is God. And then we need a president who's working for America, and so that the people can work with the president for America. That's how that goes. Nobody in here worships. Nobody's an idol worshiper or a worshiper of a human being. He's the president, Bonnie. Yeah, I understand. He won, Hillary lost. So anyway, love the blonde number with the red lipstick. Yeah. Tiring week, that's for sure. Been a lot going on, Nancy, and it never lets up. It just keeps on going. So we're going to have more and more. Um, and did everybody see the ceremony yesterday? I'm hostile. I'm answering your question. I think your question's hostile, Bonnie. Why do you have such hostile questions? I think this weekend's going to be very busy. I know. Gus, I'm gonna get Nancy. When I don't recognize her, I'm just gonna block her again. She likes being blocked anyway. She can talk about it for a while. Um, Yesterday, yes, when President Trump was honoring those people who had been there when Scalise was shot, the one woman who you saw on crutches, it was the one who had been who went out there and brought down the man who shot Scalise and other people, and the other people that they had. Trump's not afraid of any investigation. What I'm afraid of is them using our money. We don't need. I know, Huey. They don't need to take our taxpayer dollars for a farce. But anyway, the ceremony was wonderful. Those people were true heroes, and I'm so glad that he had that ceremony. Yeah, it was very nice. So no, he's not afraid. So anyway, thank you all for coming here today. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you, God bless you for being here. Thank you for your support. Please retweet everything if you will. And it was a touching ceremony. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it again. Thank you, everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you, everybody on Periscope. You're wonderful as always. Thank you for all of the hearts. Thank you for the super hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Follow the money. Yeah, we're going to follow the money base because we know where the money goes. It goes right to Soros and the left. And it's going to be really nice when the left and all their lies are uncovered, especially with Wasserman Schultz, who they say can't even function right now. So that's going to be interesting. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Take care. And it's not going to let me go. It never wants to let me go on Periscope. So I'll be back. Take care. All right, everybody. Thank you so much on YouTube. Thank you for sharing this. And we'll talk to you really, really soon. All right. And I might be back on this weekend. You just never know.